Let's talk about Dragon Age. Let's talk about those. Let's talk about those top surgery scars, man. Let's talk about that. Who's excited for that?
Why is it okay?
What do you mean?
Why is it okay for a character creator to? Why is it okay for a character creator to have surgery scars, but then when enhancing the ass and the tits, it literally makes a stick figure like a bigger stick figure? Like,
so did you see that post that Savvy put on Twitter, which I thought was hilarious?
Can you bring that up because that was priceless?
Yeah. So before we talk about the top surgery scars, because that's going to be interesting. Savvy put out a post where she showcased like the sliders, right? Like the butt sliders and whatnot. And let me get the bigger picture. It's not good, right? So on maximum, you're lucky if you get a bigger ass than like a 13-year-old boy or something. Like and I think that's the reason why they do this, because they like their people looking. They like their people looking like this. Let me bring it up a little bit bigger. Hold on. So
while you're doing that,
the little boy look is very popular these days.
Bugle Daily had the best take on this, because for all he did, he left all this the same and just swapped that chick out for a picture of Taylor Swift.
I saw that. I reposted it. I was like, this is the most accurate one I've ever seen in my life.
That was
I'll bring that up at some point in this conversation. So obviously, typical Dragon Age, you have body sliders and whatnot to create your character. But it's amazing how the booty one and the boob one too, because keep in mind, this is almost at max, and this is where we're at right now. So like, we're not really working with much right now. Right. When the ass one is at its maximum, you're lucky if you get a little bit more than a Pokemon Go character. So, the message is pretty clear. And
the message is they want you to create a character that's within the bounds of what's okay with their ideologies.
Exactly, but this is the difference between a game like this and Baldur's Gate 3.
I'm going to make an argument for incompetency rather than wokeness. Now, to be fair, I actually agree with you guys. It probably is wokeness, but because we were talking earlier about how incompetent these motherfuckers are, let's take chest size, for example. So you've got dudes and chicks in this game, despite the fact that they claim you can be non-binary or whatever. What if they're just so untalented? The reason the chest, the tits don't come out is because men, you got to up the pec size, but you can't make an unrealistic giant pecs. And so they're like, boobs and pecs are the same to them because they don't know how to program them differently.
You are giving them way too much fucking credit.
No. That's not even credit. I'm saying there's that incompetence.
Dude, did you ever play Saints Row 3?
Yes.
No, I only played the first one.
Okay, you need to play Saints Row 3, make a character, and then come back to me and tell me they don't know how to do it. Because that game is like 20 years old, and they did it in that. So.
Again, I agree that's the reason they're doing it. I just like the idea that these guys are that fucking bad at their jobs.
What would these characters look like? What would this character look like if everything was at minus 100%? Seriously.
Why would you want to see that?
Because that would be an abomination worse than any
It'd be like self-imploding
coming out of the vein.
I just find it funny that there are limits on how much you can increase the ass, limits how much you can make a Big Shirley, and they're supposed to be so inclusive. Like, like
exactly.
There's a lot of Big Shirleys out here with a whole lot of ass. I guess they can't see themselves, huh?
Exactly.
I guess they forgot about the fat positive movement when they were doing the top surgery scars, probably.
Right.
But my biggest thing is, okay, so Baldur's Gate 3, right? And I'm going to keep comparing it because they all keep comparing it to Baldur's Gate 3 too. That's like this is what this game is going after, right? Dragon Age Veilguard is specifically competing and trying to take the market that Baldur's Gate 3 has fostered through their game, okay? Baldur's Gate 3 character creator, you could do just as much shit, all right? I don't know if you could do top surgery scars. I don't believe you can. But aside from that, all the typical shit is in there, okay? You can make your dick bigger, make your titties bigger, make your ass bigger, whatever, and you can actually make them bigger, right? You don't have these like weird, fucking MS-13 Mexican girl kind of like body styles going on here. So this problem is that the mindset of the people over at Dragon Age Veilguard don't understand that the reason why Baldur's Gate 3 was successful was the reason why all these other RPGs with character creators usually are, is because they let you make the decision. They let you make the choice. Dragon Age Veilguard is making the choice for you. You have to pick one of the woke bodies, and it's either you do
pronouns.
or you.
And real quick,
and the pronouns.
Leon, to completely defeat whatever argument you were trying to make that was really bad. if that's the case, why the fuck is there a bulge size?
And I know, like I said, no, the bulge size is what means, yes, it's woke. I like believing it could be both. They're also just bad at programming.
No, if they're bad at programming, they would not put a bulge size because they're too bad at programming. But they're able to make a dick huge, but you're not going to make the tits huge.
It just goes to show how far BioWare has fallen, because as far as I am aware, the first 2 Baldur's Gates were developed by BioWare. BioWare are now in such an awful state, and I'm sure acquisitions have changed over the course of a good few decades, that a brand new studio came along and made a fantastic game in Baldur's Gate 3, and Dragon Age the Veilguard, it shouldn't even be called that, it should be called Dreadwolf, based on that whole story, has to try and poach from a game that is far better. It just goes to show how far this company has fallen, that they cannot make a damn good game. We'd be waiting 10 years for this, and this could be the final fuck up of BioWare. They fucked up Mass Effect with Andromeda. They fucked up Anthem
Have you
from
been
the
reading
start.
the game journalists? They said that this is the Mass Effect 2 moment for BioWare.
They can get
Oh
fucked.
my god!
They
Did they
can
really say
get-
that?
We
I
haven't
swear to
played the
Christ, yeah,
game.
that's an
Let's-
actual article
let's-
from, I
let's
believe,
be fair,
IGN
we
or-
haven't played the game. So the game could be good.
Atreus, have you ate shit?
Huh?
Have you ate shit?
God, I want this game to be great.
Man,
'Cause I
prove that
love
Trey's going to
Origins.
watch my content. I literally went
I'm
over
just asking you a question. It's a simple question. Have you ate shit?
No.
So why?
Atreus,
How do you know it's shit then? You haven't ate it.
I can smell that son of a bitch. Like, what do you mean?
Okay, I can smell this too. It
10
smells like
years.
shit.
10 years we've been waiting for
Makes sense.
the
Makes sense.
Inquisition, and it's going to be a fucking disaster.
No, I found one woke journalist that did reject the game.
Who?
I covered it on the show last night. They straight
No
up
way.
went down. To be fair, they were defending all the pronoun stuff and all the character creation. They were defending that. But then you get to the end and they're like, and as great as all that stuff is, the combat's slow and sluggish. All the characters are squishy. The exploration is linear, with at best. And like they railed the gameplay. The
Who
article
was that? Who was that that was willing to do that?
I was so impressed. The article is literally titled, "After 7 hours of gameplay, Dragon Age Veilguard just isn't it."
Oh, I saw you tweet that.
I was shocked.
See, but this is the problem, right? And this is what we talk about. And the people who are on the other side don't want to have this conversation. They don't want to understand the conversation. Don't even want to acknowledge it. You can have woke elements in a video game, right? But the video game can still be really fucking good. As long as you focus on the game first and let the ideology come second. The problem is that this game has very clearly, since day one, been ideology first, all the way down to the people who are making it, which again, you could be a woke psychopath, but as long as you make a good game and don't tell me you're a woke psychopath, I don't give a fuck. They, on the other hand, Corin Bush especially, they've made it very clear. This game was going for a certain audience, and that audience hopefully shows up. But I like I said in my video, I think that they are going for the crowd that is the over-sexual crowd, right? They're going for the crowd that plays Baldur's Gate 3
real quick,
and
Hypno.
uses it as their porn. Go ahead.
Hypno, real quick, because I completely agree with you. But the Corinne, whatever the fuck her
Demon.
name is,
Corin Bush, yeah.
They, them.
that is the lead developer seeing her ideologies, his ideologies pressed into the game. The money up top is who to blame, enabling this bullshit. That is what you got to look at. Like, who's up top being like, "Yep, check, that's fine." Push this as the front-facing portion of the game.
But I do blame them. I do
Dragon
blame them in
Age-
videos because when I say the executives who enable this shit, whose bonuses are tied to DEI and ESG metrics, they're the ones who are like, "Yep, let's push it out." Because whether or not the game fails or not,
I want to know: do they are they going
This
through
game-
transitioning?
this
what-
game
it doesn't matter.
This game has been in development hell since it started. What we're seeing here with Veilguard is the third damn attempt to make this bloody game. The first attempt was supposed to be a live service game, which turned out to ultimately be used for Anthem. That started in 2015. That then came to an end in 2018 when BioWare decided to create something more single player oriented, which lasted a few years, and then that got canned in favor of this fucking monstrosity. This game didn't take 10 years to bloody make. It at best took 2.
Yeah, you're right. I wonder how much COVID fucked up with the development cycles of these games.
Can we have another COVID
This
so this
comment
game
right here.
gets canceled?
This comment right here, accurate as fuck. Shout out to Kira. 100%. It's what they want.